For this problem, the second solution is to take a look at 55 right here and realize that that's not in the slope angle position, but we know that all three angles of a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. So if we take a look here, we know that 55 plus 90 is going to equal 145 degrees. We know that if we need 180 and we subtract the 145 that we already see in the drawing, that this is going to give us a grand total of 35 degrees for the remainder of this corner right here. So the other option for this problem was to use this 35 degrees as the slope angle and then say that this line right here is delta y and W is actually in the delta x position. The problem is that we did not study a 35-degree angle, but what we did find out is that if we use the tan function on the calculator for 35, that we can actually turn this into a ratio. And we found that the tan of 35 on the calculator is about 0.70020, and then there's a 7 with a 5 right after it, so I'm going to write it as an 8. Now, taking a look at what we do with this, we say this is the actual ratio. So if I put this over 1, I can then say, okay, this right here has to be delta y on the top, which is going to be 18, over my delta x, which is now w. So some strange things happen here. When I get this cross multiplication right here in pink, it's going to be w times whatever that tan of 35 was. So I'm actually writing that as a shorthand. And then if I take 18 times 1 right here, that just gives me 18. Well, now I need to take w, and I see that it's multiplied by tangent of 35. Well, I know the opposite of multiply is to divide, and what I need to divide by is whatever tan 35 is. Well, tan 35 is that 0.700208 number, or I could just call it tan 35 because those are the exact same numbers. So what's going to happen here is it's going to end up canceling on this left side, which leaves me with w. So if I type this on my calculator, I get that w is equal to 18 divided by tangent 35, and I get 25.07 or 0.7066 and then some other numbers after that. And I don't really care what those numbers are because this says to round to the nearest tenth. So I need to stop at the 7, and I see that there's a 0 right after it. So the entire answer is just going to stay as w is approximately equal to 25.7.